TED Talks today session at the Art Tolerant Youth Exchange. We, the participants, are going to talk about art or tolerance, or art intolerance, tolerance in art, whatever.
Are you ready for being independent? Are you ready to have changes? Are you ready to get a lot of news? So get up and start walking. I start walking and I have no idea where I am, but I know that I am on my way and I am keeping going and going. You know, you will never learn swimming in a very low water, so go. And sometimes questions are better than the answers. What's the connection between my speech and what's the connection between tolerance? In my mind, you should just be open-minded. You should just know a lot of stuff. You should just meet people, know about them, meet new culture, and more you know, more tolerant you will be. That's all.
So I want to tell a story about a thing that happened to me that changed my point of view of everything. When I started high school, friends in my class, they figured out that I'm bisexual, so they were like disgusted with me. And this one guy, he was like the worst. Every time we talked, he was like making fun of me or something like that. And I was at that point, I cared about what other people think of me, and it was like just hurting me a lot, and I was like depressed and stuff like that. So that it was a year passed by, and he was like the same. Others accepted me, but he was like the same. So I started talking to him why he does feel that way, and he said me that his family taught him to be like that to people who are gay or bisexual or something like that. And I just wanted to tell him and you that it doesn't matter it doesn't matter what is the person, because I was like always good to him and always wanted to help him, but he was like disgusted. And when we talked, when he said that his family like learned them to be like that, I just said, I said to him that we can be friends and I can be good to him. So time goes by and he realized that I really am a good person, and we became like best friends. And yeah, I wanted to tell, the point of the story is that no matter what you feel about something, just try to hear someone, try to understand someone, because when you talk to others who don't have like the same opinion like you can learn something and you can maybe understand something.
In my childhood, I was a much more red-haired guy. So on the first day when I went to school, I saw that other guys were looking at me and they were surprised because of my hair color, because it was too red. And after a few days later, they started laughing at me because I was a red-haired guy. So I was very depressed and cried all the time, and my mother said me every day that no, David, it's not bad, you have great color, but I was very depressed. So every day, in summer and in winter too, I was trying to wear a hat or cap not to show others that I had red color. So one day, when I was returning from school, two girls approached me and they told me that, wow, what great color you have and we want to, and I was very happy and satisfied. Then my hair got darker and darker, and in this period, girls and boys too told me that you have a great hair color and it's great and we want to, and I was very satisfied and happy. So the meaning from the story that don't change. When I got adult, I read the phrase that you laugh at me because I'm different, and I laugh at you because you are not different from each other at all. The meaning of from my story is don't be you who you are in reality, and don't try to change yourself because of others' mind, and I think in this way you will find happiness. Thank you.
Hello, I know that for you or almost all for you, it's very difficult to speak in public. I think the biggest secret is not to be afraid and practice a lot. If you are preoccupied and shy, the people are going to understand and they are not going to pay attention of what are you saying. I don't know if you know, but when you are speaking with someone, only 7% of, so 93% are for your body language. So in an artist, it's very important that you know it, because if you are in a stage or if you are speaking with a big public, you have to know how to communicate with your body. When I started to perform magic and speak in public, I was very shy, but I practiced a lot, and now for me speaking in public is much easier than speak to a camera. So I think everyone can do it, everyone can speak in public. Just practice and don't be afraid.
Okay, so nowadays, if we think about education, we think in books, going to school, high school, university, getting a degree, and start a good job. But what about the things that makes us happy? I would like to talk about one experience that happened to me, and it's that when I was in the high school, I was very interested in arts, and I loved drawing. But when I wanted to go out of the school, so I wanted to leave a school and enroll in an art school. And some teachers of me speak with me and with my family to avoid this situation, and they told me that as I have good marks in biology and these science subjects, I had to continue studying them and have a good job as a doctor or engineer, and that I also could continue drawing in my free time. So I started to be very confused about all of this. And the problem is that this is happening today and every day in the school and also in the general society, also at home. And for me, the take-home message is that the families and everyone should encourage people to find something that make people happy, to study this thing and to focus on this thing and discover a lot of things, and not to follow a defined path like it's happening now.
I think the hardest profession in the world are those when you have to work with people, but the most difficult profession for me is the doctor's profession, because you need to work with ill people, and illness is going to kill you, and they are going to start to they started to be angry with life. Every day I have to work with different patients, and it's very difficult for me because they have different behaviors and they have problems they want to tell you, and you need to be more than tolerance. Every day I don't go to sleep early because I want to work hard and study more things to help them. And when after hard working day, when you go to sleep, you close your eyes and you see the faces of their face, and you see the faces of your patients with hope, and they looking at you like you are God. You can't have solution with this problem, and it's very hard. I can't explain how it's when you are going to ask them that they have a disease that will never cure, and everyone knows me like the happiest person in the world because I'm always smiling, and I'm always funny, but only me know how I feel. And now I'm in Croatia. I'm far away from my patients, but in Seoul I'm with them. I would like to say thank you to my God, because every day He gives me a lot of positive energy and endless kind to help people. And I really promise everyone to create a magic drug to help everyone and cure all the diseases.
Hello, my name is Ivan. This summer is one of the best summers ever because I joined the group Art Tolerant. First I was a little confused because English is my second language, but next day everything was so good. We doing this we're doing here a lot of cool things like drawing, painting or something else. We're on the same position, but everyone is ready to help, so you can always learn something new. But the most important thing is how to be tolerant. Tolerant means that you can accept the others and you are open for the some new things. Something about the differences, we are all different. Doesn't matter of language, skin or nationality. We must showing differences through the art, and that's all.
Did you know that there's hundreds of different lights around the world? How many of them did you saw? How many of them you appreciated? Our light is like our culture around us. It changes and shapes our perspective on things. It may not be directly visible to you, but it's always around. That's why it can be hard to differentiate your own thoughts from society's. But when you do start to form your own opinions, that's when you can understand the enjoyable other lights. You can enjoy a sunset in Danube and a sunrise in Prat. And you will start to appreciate the combination of colors, how they are so different from each other, but they can tangled up so easily. At one point, you won't be able to understand where your light ends and the other one starts. Do you know what happens when you mix all of the colors together? You will get white. A clean slate for the world. I hope you all have different lights in your life.
I think we must learn to love and drop all that goes against love. It is an uphill task. It is the greatest art in existence to be able to love. One needs such refinement, such inner culture, such meditations, so that one can see immediately his one goes to destroying. I think life is art, and art opening our eyes, and nothing can help unless they start learning the art of silence, art of to be tolerant. So art is life.
When I was a child, I've never wanted to be a model or a nurse. When I was 10 years old, I got my period and I had to listen to different jokes about my bumps growing from males and also from children, other girls at school. When I was 17 and I liked the high heels and the makeup and I liked to go to clubs, I had to learn the meaning of the word calientapollas. That girls that they excite men but don't satisfy them at the end. I'm a teacher of welding and mechanization, and my students think that I'm a lesbian. I don't want to have children, and I got many times people around me saying that I will live my life surrounded by cats. When I date guys and they know that I drink alcohol and that I travel alone, they feel afraid of my personality. I find my way to live in my society, and I guess that everybody can. Just be free.